If you want a woman to be obsessed with you, you have to stop thinking like every other guy. Most men chase, most men overgive, most men are predictable, and that's exactly why most men get ignored, used, or dumped. If you're tired of being the one who tries too hard and always ends up with nothing, it's time to flip the script. Obsession doesn't come from being nice. It doesn't come from being available. And it definitely doesn't come from begging for her attention. Women don't obsess over the men who worship them. They obsess over the men they can't quite figure out, the ones who give them just enough to feel something, but not enough to feel secure. That tension? That's where obsession is born. If you give a woman everything too soon, she feels nothing. But if you become the one man she can't fully read, the one man who lives life on his terms, you automatically become unforgettable. She starts thinking about you when you're not around. She starts wondering who else wants you. She starts chasing you, even if she never chased a man before. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding how women respond to masculine energy. The modern woman is surrounded by attention, validation, and options. What she rarely finds is a man she can't control. That's the man who sticks in her mind. Not for a moment, but constantly. So if you're ready to stop being another nice guy who fades into the background and start being the one she obsesses over, this video will show you how. No fluff, no games, just strategy that works, built for the modern dating world. Let's break down the steps that turn any woman into your biggest fan. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just finished section 5 in the course, and you won't find this information on videos on my channel. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. 1. Be unavailable. If a woman can reach you anytime, anywhere, and always gets a response the moment she calls, she won't value your attention. What's always available becomes invisible. The quickest way to destroy attraction is to make her feel like she already has you. If you want to make a woman obsessed with you, stop being accessible. Stop acting like you've got nothing else going on in your life. The truth is, the man who is constantly busy, focused, and locked in on his purpose becomes a mystery. And mystery creates obsession. You need to live your life like she is a part of it, not the center of it. Wake up with goals, stay productive, and stop checking your phone every 5 minutes hoping she texted you. Let her wonder why you haven't replied. Let her feel the space. That space is what forces her to think about you. It's what makes her imagination run wild. That's where obsession brews, when she has to ask herself where you are, who you're with, and why you're not chasing her like every other man. When you're unavailable, you're not rejecting her. You're showing her that you have a life that doesn't revolve around her. That's power. Women respect and chase after men who are emotionally and mentally occupied with higher priorities. You have to present yourself as someone who has a mission, a plan, and zero desperation. If she feels like she's chasing your attention, she'll start craving it. Every time you choose to hold back, she invests more. Every time you don't jump when she calls, she feels the imbalance and wants to correct it by giving you more. This is how you reverse the game. Instead of chasing her, you build yourself into someone whose presence is rare and valuable. And what's rare and valuable always becomes addictive. Don't text her every morning. Don't be the first to respond. Don't always be available for a call or meetup. Be the man who's focused. Be the man who makes her wait. And while she waits, her mind starts working overtime. She starts feeling things she hasn't felt before. Curiosity turns into obsession because she can't fully access you. And in today's dating world, where most men are desperate for female attention, you stand out by simply being hard to reach. Women fall hardest for the man who doesn't try too hard, the one who makes her feel like he's a reward, not a rescue. If she starts asking why you're not always there, you're already winning. That's the power of being unavailable. It's not about playing games. It's about setting the tone that you are not a man who gives himself away easily. That mindset alone separates you from the rest. And when you make her feel like you're not always within reach, she will reach even harder. 2. Keep her guessing. Predictability is the death of desire. If a woman knows exactly what you're going to say, do, and feel before you do it, she'll slowly lose interest. Not because she's ungrateful, but because she's wired to crave emotional stimulation. And that stimulation dies when everything about you becomes obvious. If you want a woman to obsess over you, you have to keep her emotionally off balance. You have to be unpredictable in a controlled, confident way. This doesn't mean being erratic or unstable. It means she should never feel fully certain about where she stands with you. One day you're available and charming, the next you're busy and detached. One day you compliment her and make her feel special, the next day you're focused on your work and barely paying attention. This emotional rhythm makes her invest more energy in trying to figure you out, and that's exactly how you keep her hooked. When a woman can't fully read a man, he becomes fascinating. Her mind can't stop analyzing him. She replays the conversations. She wonders what he meant when he said certain things. She overthinks the silence. She becomes emotionally tied to the pursuit of understanding him, and obsession lives in that pursuit. You must learn to be slightly unpredictable in your behavior, responses, and timing. Don't follow a pattern. If you always text her at night, skip it one evening and post a photo of you out with friends instead. If you usually end calls with sweet compliments, end it short and calm the next time without warning. Let her feel the shift, not in a rude way, but in a way that triggers a deeper need for your validation. Keeping her guessing doesn't mean you disrespect her. It means you stay one step ahead. Let her feel a little unsure. That's the tension that builds obsession. She starts wondering if she's doing enough. She starts adjusting her tone, trying harder to impress you. You become the center of her focus, not because you forced her to, but because she's emotionally invested in solving the mystery that is you. The man who keeps her guessing never becomes boring. She doesn't scroll past his texts. She doesn't take his silence lightly. She feels pulled toward him even when he says very little. This isn't manipulation, it's masculine discipline. It's knowing how to shift your energy without explaining yourself. And when you move like that, she starts to realize you're not someone she can control. Make her work for your attention, make her wonder what you're thinking, and let her experience the emotional roller coaster that most men are afraid to create. Because when you're predictable, you become another page in her story. But when you keep her guessing, you become the story she can't stop reading. And in a world where most men give everything up front, the one who holds back just enough becomes unforgettable. That's how obsession starts. 3. Be the prize. A woman cannot obsess over you if she feels like you're beneath her. If she thinks she's doing you a favor by being in your life, the game is already lost. You have to carry yourself like you are the prize. Because the moment you act like she's doing you a favor by giving you attention, she mentally categorizes you as less valuable, and women don't obsess over what they don't value. Most men flip this dynamic without realizing it. They pedestalize the woman. They treat her like she's the reward. They adjust their schedule around her, spend money they don't have just to impress her, and constantly look for ways to keep her interested. But that kind of energy smells like desperation. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who doesn't believe in his own worth. You have to walk, talk, and move like a man who is wanted. Like a man who has options. Like a man who doesn't chase because he's used to being chased. That's not arrogance. That's self-respect. Women sense when a man genuinely values himself. It's in how he carries himself, how he speaks, how he doesn't flinch under pressure or beg for attention. Start by shifting your mindset. You're not auditioning for her life, she's auditioning for yours. You're not here to entertain her. You're here to see if she's even worth your time, energy, and attention. That kind of energy makes her lean in. It forces her to step up her game. She starts chasing your validation because it's not freely given. You're selective. You don't just want a woman, you want the right woman. That makes you powerful. A man who sees himself as the prize doesn't over-explain, doesn't seek approval, and doesn't try too hard. He's grounded in his purpose, comfortable with silence, and doesn't need to prove anything. And that confidence draws women in harder than any pickup line ever could. You need to show her, through your actions, not your words, that you're not here to worship her, but to evaluate her. You ask questions that matter. You pay attention to how she carries herself. You challenge her when necessary. That energy shakes her, because most guys just try to please her. You, on the other hand, make her earn your interest. When you walk into a room, act like you belong. When you talk to her, don't talk like a man hoping to get something. Talk like a man who knows who he is, what he wants, and what he won't tolerate. Women are not used to that energy, and the ones who are truly feminine, they crave it. Be the man who doesn't chase. Be the man who stands tall in his identity. Be the man who makes her feel like she just discovered something rare. That's the man she can't get off her mind. That's the man she brags about. That's the man she obsesses over. 4. Touch her emotions, not just her body. If you only aim for a woman's body, she might give you her time, but she'll never give you her heart. She might enjoy the physical attention, but she won't stay up thinking about you at night. What makes a woman obsessed with a man is not how good he is in bed, it's how deep he touches her emotionally. If you can spark her emotions, you'll live rent-free in her mind. That's the key. Every woman has a guard up. She protects her emotions because most men only want access to her body. That's why, when you come with a different kind of energy, one that speaks to her feelings, her fears, her desires, she doesn't know how to handle it. You become different. You become someone she can't ignore. The modern woman has attention. What she rarely finds is a man who understands her emotional world. Most guys try to impress her with money, looks, or status, but the man who gets her obsessed is the one who knows how to connect. He pays attention when she talks. He listens beyond her words. He sees the emotion behind the expression. He makes her feel safe, not just sexually, but emotionally. And once she feels that safety, once she realizes you're not like the rest, she opens up in ways she didn't plan. But here's the catch. Don't be too available with your emotions. Give her just enough to feel drawn in, and then pull back. Make her miss that connection. Make her crave those conversations. It's in that push and pull where obsession grows. She starts looking forward to your messages. She rereads your words. She replays your voice in her head. Because you made her feel something real, something deep, something rare. You can spark this even in small moments. Ask her a question that nobody else asks. Instead of, "What do you do?" Try, "What's something you wish people understood about you?" Instead of complimenting her looks, compliment her mind, her creativity, or the way she thinks. When you say things that hit her spirit, you plant seeds in her emotions. And once those seeds grow, she can't forget you. Understand this. Emotional stimulation is far more addictive than physical attraction. She might be drawn to a man's body, but she becomes obsessed with the man who knows how to stir her soul. That's why some women leave good-looking, wealthy men and chase the guy who made them feel. The connection was deeper, the obsession stronger. So don't just aim to be the man who gets her body. Be the man who gets her heart without even trying. Be the calm in her chaos, the understanding in her confusion, the mystery in her routine. Make her feel seen, not just watched. Make her feel heard, not just spoken to. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you make her think about you when no one else is around. That's how obsession begins and never ends. 5. Give her space to chase you. A woman can't chase you if you're always in her face. She can't feel your absence if you're always available. One of the most powerful things a man can do to make a woman obsessed is to create intentional space. Space is where desire is born. It's in your absence that she starts thinking. It's in the silence that she starts wondering. And the more she wonders, the more emotionally invested she becomes. Too many men ruin the dynamic by over-communicating. They text too often, they call too much, they always want to be around. They think that closeness will create love, but what it really does is kill mystery, and mystery is the heartbeat of obsession. When you're constantly available, she doesn't get a chance to miss you. She doesn't get a chance to reflect. She doesn't get a chance to feel that deep emotional pull that comes when something valuable starts to slip out of reach. Giving her space is not playing hard to get. It's not being cold. It's about being intentional with your energy. It means you don't always reply instantly. You don't cancel your life to fit into hers. You let her reach out first sometimes. You let her notice when you're not around. When she texts, don't always match her energy immediately. Give her a little silence to sit in. That silence becomes powerful. It speaks louder than any message. Here's the truth. Women are wired to pursue, but they only chase when they feel emotionally involved and slightly unsure. If she knows she has you completely, she'll relax. But if she senses that she still has to earn parts of you, that she hasn't fully figured you out, she will keep chasing. She will keep trying to impress you. She will keep pulling closer even if she doesn't understand why. This is why confident men never beg for attention. They don't force connection. They know that absence can be louder than presence. They pull back to allow the woman to move forward. That's how you create emotional balance. It's not about games, it's about energy. Masculine energy draws back. Feminine energy follows and fills in the space. It's nature. When you lean in too much, she backs up. When you pull back slightly, she leans in. You don't need to disappear. You just need to be busy with your purpose, your passions, and your mission. Let her see that your life doesn't revolve around her, that you have things going on, that you're a man of value. The more she realizes she's not your center, the more she wants to be. When you create that space, don't rush to fill it again. Let her sit in the feeling of your absence. Let her feel the weight of not having your attention. That's when her mind starts spinning. That's when her feelings grow. That's when she starts chasing, not out of need but out of desire. And that's where obsession is born. 6. Stay unpredictable. Nothing fuels a woman's obsession like unpredictability. When a man becomes too routine, too expected, too easy to read, he loses the emotional spark that keeps her coming back. Predictability kills excitement. But when a woman feels like she can't fully figure you out, when she doesn't know what's coming next, she stays on edge in the best way. Her mind stays engaged. Her emotions stay active. She starts thinking about you when she shouldn't be, and that's exactly what you want. Women are emotional creatures, and emotion is triggered by variety. That doesn't mean being inconsistent in your character or your values. It means being unpredictable in your energy. If you're always texting good morning at the same time, saying the same things, giving the same compliments, it becomes routine. She knows your rhythm, and because she knows it, she stops feeling the need to chase it. Now imagine this. One day, you're deeply present with her, attentive, playful, connected. Then the next few days, you're busy handling your goals, not as available, not texting first. That switch in energy makes her think. It makes her wonder if she did something wrong or if you're just moving on. She starts seeking clarity. She leans in emotionally. She tries harder to get your attention. That pull is what creates obsession. The goal here is to never let her fully pin down your rhythm. One moment, you're affectionate and spontaneous. Maybe you surprise her with an experience or a powerful compliment she didn't see coming. Then, at other times, you're cool, focused, unavailable. Not in a rude or distant way, but in a way that shows you're not here to entertain her 24/7. You have your own flow, and she has to keep up. This unpredictability also means not being too emotionally transparent. Don't always explain what you're thinking. Don't always tell her how much you like her, even if you do. Let your actions suggest it, but keep your cards close. Let her read between the lines. Let her work to understand you. The harder she works to understand you, the more invested she becomes. And that's when you stop being just a man and start becoming a mystery she needs to solve. Look at the kind of men women obsess over. It's never the ones who gave them everything up front. It's the ones who made them feel something different. The ones who showed glimpses of vulnerability, then pulled back into strength. The ones who were warm, then distant. Soft when it mattered, but stoic when necessary. That contrast keeps her engaged. It keeps her fantasizing about you even when she's with someone else. So stay unpredictable, not immature, not manipulative, just alive. Move from logic to mystery, from warmth to silence, from presence to distance. Let her feel the spectrum of who you are, not the flat line of routine. That dynamic energy makes her addicted to the emotional ride. And once she's hooked, she'll chase you harder than you ever chased her. 7. Build a life she wants to be part of. A woman becomes obsessed with a man when she sees that his life is bigger than her, and she wants in. When a man has direction, vision, and discipline, it creates a gravitational pull that's hard to resist. He doesn't need to prove anything. He doesn't need to chase. His life speaks for itself. And when a woman sees that you're building something with or without her, she starts imagining what it would feel like to stand beside you. The most attractive man is not the loudest or the richest, it's the man who is focused, a man who knows where he's going and refuses to be distracted. That kind of man is rare, and rarity is addictive. It makes her pay attention. She sees that you don't revolve around her attention, her beauty, or her emotions. You're not trying to impress her, you're simply becoming. That quiet confidence, that steady grind, that purpose-driven life, it's irresistible. Your goals don't even need to be flashy, you just need to be committed. If you're chasing excellence in your craft, improving your body, investing in your mind, and walking in your masculine energy, she'll feel it. Women are highly intuitive. They can sense when a man is becoming someone. They're drawn to that energy because it represents security, leadership, and growth. And every feminine woman wants to be part of a story bigger than herself. But here's the secret. Never invite her into that life too early. Don't expose everything. Don't give her access to every part of your world just because she shows interest. Let her watch. Let her admire. Let her wonder how it feels to be part of your process. That curiosity is powerful. It makes her chase. It makes her want to prove she deserves a spot beside you, not because you asked, but because your energy challenged her. Make your life a vision, something she can see herself in, but not something she's entitled to, and never make her the center of it. A woman becomes obsessed with a man when she realizes she's in the presence of something bigger than her emotions. She wants to feel like she's joining a mission, not just a relationship. That's how you turn casual interest into full-blown obsession. And understand this, most men do the opposite. They pause their life for a woman. They make her their schedule. They abandon their grind just to spend more time with her. And what happens? She gets bored. She feels like she has too much power. She loses respect. Because deep down, every woman wants to feel like she had to earn her place beside a strong man. So build. Build in silence. Let your results speak. Be disciplined. Be rare. Be focused. And let her feel like being part of your life is a privilege, not a right. The more she sees you rising with or without her, the more she'll fight to stay connected. That's how obsession starts. Not from words, but from watching your life move with purpose. When you become the man who understands female psychology, lives with purpose and controls his energy, you naturally become the obsession. Not by force, not by tricks, but by being rare, disciplined, unpredictable, and emotionally grounded. Most men are too available, too eager, too easy to read. But not you. You've learned how to reverse the dynamic. Let her chase. Let her invest. Let her feel the weight of your absence. Because once a woman tastes the presence of a man who owns himself fully, she won't forget it. She'll crave it. She'll obsess. And that's exactly the position you want to be in. And remember, if you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. It's easy to enroll with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today. I want to especially appreciate you for taking your time to watch till the end of this video. I hope the video helps you improve every aspect of your relationship with women. Until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.